Deb McNamara is here to tell us all about how much she loves art and the Worcester, what is it, Worcester Art Council?
Worcester Arts Council, formerly known as the Worcester Cultural Commission.
All right.
Charge is we work for the people. I mean, so what really happened like 4 years ago is we got a lot of community input that there needs to be more public art. To bring it to a public park that's so heavily used for a 2-month period of time, I mean, not just a weekend or a week, it was, you know, something we wanted to do. We thought if we had it there for a week, would it have enough exposure? Would people, you know, enough people come to it? At what time of year? You always have to worry about weather and so forth, and when you're going to have the most people, you know, coming through the park to see it, to experience it and stuff. So, but the public art setting was input from the community that really came in, because really when you think about it, even though we have all these glorious, you know, organizations, you know, at our disposal in Worcester and Worcester County, Worcester Art Museum and many, many different world-class museums, not everybody goes into a museum, you know, but there are a lot of people going into the park, so we thought, let's bring art to them, you know.
Who chooses the sculptures and who chooses the people? I mean, obviously artists must petition in to have their pieces done, and then kind of how they're chosen, just so that my audience will know.
Sure. Yeah, again, the Arts Council, it's a local council originated project, and we have funding from the Mass Cultural Council and a couple of other sources. We do a lot of fundraising, like the Stoddard helped us out, and the Fletcher Foundation. And we also have some local corporations helping us out as well as private citizens. But what we actually do as a council is we hire a professional who's a project director, and this is Carolyn Lewinberg we worked with in Boston. We actually hire professional jurors as well to select the art. And this year we went with Nick Capasso from the DeCordova in Lincoln. That's a well-known sculpture gallery. And Pam Tarbell from New Hampshire, the Millbrook Gallery in New Hampshire, and Ann John from the Berkshires, and she's a world-class sculptor in her own right. And these three professionals sit in a room with slides, and they decide, oh, what do they think of all the entries ought to be in the park? Because we try and have a range of about 15 to 20 pieces, because it's 5 acres, and you want to try and cover, you know, as much ground as you can, but allow still people to wander and discover. So last year we had more entries. This year we thought we'd go for a little bit bigger scale pieces and maybe smaller number of entries, and we always have to think about budget with fundraising and so forth, and the monies we have. So this year we had 14 pieces, 16 artists, but what they selected was the local artists are Rutland, Upton, Harvard, Arlington, Boston. Then the other ones are a little further out, but there are as local as this. Last year we had some Worcester artists, and we were delighted to have that. But we're not involved in the selection. The jurors select, you know. And we've used the water for 3 years, and this year we've used the water for 2 installations. Of course, Lisa Bartleson's Rings and the Silver Balls, beautiful, beautiful piece. And Corey Clinton's Shark, which is this wire, and it's suspended from a couple of the islands. Go
there, enjoy it, it's free. You know, see a beautiful park.
It's free.
And take pictures, because there it is.
It is. It's there for 2 months. And the other people we really have to mention is we could never do this without the support of the Parks Department. Because, you know, the afternoon when we cite that art, and last year, if people remember, we had this Volkswagen bus that was a toaster. The artist was from Albany, and he created out of a Volkswagen bus, he cut out the top of it and he put a piece of toast in it, and he had neon that was, you know, the light, you know, the wattage inside a toaster, and he actually even took the back bumper and he made this thing that the kids could jump on as if it were a real working toaster, and the kids could play with it. And, you know, working with the Parks Department, Rob Antonelli, Steve and Charlie, who are in the park, and they actually help us with installations, because installations, some of this artwork is heavy.
Oh, yeah.
And it takes hours to install in the right place, that it's secure, so the public, you know, so it's secure in its location for weather and so forth. And the Parks Department's been a really great partner. You know, getting in that water with a boat and waiters, that artist, you know, working for hours to secure her pieces.
You know, you have to get, because that shark's on an angle. You don't get that shark right, you're gonna have the shark going like that.
It's not easy. It's not easy. And you know, one of the other interesting ones, installation artworks this year, of course, is the jellyfish. And you know,
oh, those are great.
They are great. And when people come upon those, and you know, we had to make sure they were high enough that people can't, you know, get at them. But when the art comes down, people are sad to see it go. Yeah, you know, they really enjoy it. It brings a lot of life to the park. And I love to follow people around and listen to their reactions of it, all ages, you know. And a lot of things you hear too are like, and this is the great thing, I want to bring my niece and nephew from New Hampshire down to see this. Yeah. I have friends coming in from Rhode Island who just would not believe we have this in Elm Park, you know, so those are the great things. And we do it through October too, because all the students are coming back in September.
And the weather's still conducive, so.
Yeah, weather's still good. And we end the exhibit too by giving that first, second, third prize at Start on the Street. And that's a huge event on the 19th, September 19th, it's Sunday. Okay. 30,000 people. They close Park Avenue for a number of blocks, as you know. We've had beautiful weather, and everybody comes out for that. All the students are back and stuff, and so that's a great day to sort of wrap it up. And that's
September when?
September 19th, Sunday, yeah. And that's run by a group of volunteers. I think that's in its 10th year, yeah.
Anyway, but check out Art in the Park. It's nothing like it. It's fabulous. I'm Ramona, and you've been watching Ramona Interviews. Have a wonderful week.